What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Expanse. Um, Today, I'm going to give you an MCU perspective. We're going to talk some recent news as far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and also go over some things that's happening with the Infinity Wars as well. Okay, recently in Marvel news, we've been hearing a lot about John Boyega, a very talented actor. Has gathered some notoriety from his roles in Star Wars, Pacific Rim here recently, also in a movie called Detroit, which he acted very well in. A very talented actor, and he's going to join the MCU. He's been linked, I guess, because of the ethnicity to Blade, uh, and and John Boyega himself has said that he doesn't want to play Blade. He believes that role is iconic, and it should only be done by Wesley Snipes. I personally don't agree with that because with today's CGI technology and the things they can do with computers, their computer graphics now, they can take Blade nowadays and make him incredible as opposed to how Wesley Snipes had him in that time. But this is according to John Boyega himself. I personally believe that Blade is a perfect character for, let's say, the Netflix series myself. I can't see Disney, who caters to children as well, having a character as dark and gritty as Blade. I mean, first of all, just the theme itself. I mean, he's a vampire hunter, hunting vampires. That might be a little too dark for children, a little too gritty for a lot of the Disney audience. So, I believe that Blade is a perfect character that should remain as he is, dark and gritty and bloody and violent. But I believe he's probably better suited for Netflix. And if you look at John Boyega as an actor, you can't see bringing an actor as highly noted as John Boyega into the MCU to have him slotted to a Netflix series. So I don't see that. I personally believe that I can see John Boyega as possibly Moon Knight. I can see him as even playing Nova. Either one of those roles could be pretty good for him. And if you look at it, with Nova, he would also have a tremendous character arc because after the events of the Infinity War, from what I gather, Thanos is going to destroy Xandar. So he may end up being the last of the. I believe Nova is also Xandarian as far as his race, his ethnicity. So he may end up being one of the last of the Xandarians, much like the Asgardians that survive as well. These Asgardians that survived this assault by Thanos and the Black Order and went to Earth, they essentially are going to be the last of the Asgardians from Asgard itself. Now they're going to be a displaced Asgardians. And I guess if there's any Xandarians left that were alive in the universe when Thanos came and destroyed their planet, they will now be displaced Xandarians. So, yeah, I mean, looks good. But I would like to see John Boyega play the role of either Moon Knight, Nova, or maybe even Submariner. I don't believe Marvel's going to place that much emphasis on ethnicity because look at one of their highly noted characters, one of the ones who brought it all together, Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson was slotted as Nick Fury, and he's an African American, a black actor, and Nick Fury was always a white character, and it went over seamless, without a glitch, so it looks good. Okay, let's talk about some of the things that's going on with this deal as far as the Disney and Fox deal. I've been hearing a lot of things saying it's in jeopardy, and people are starting to flip out about it's in jeopardy. Let me lay some things down to maybe as a salve to calm some people's nerves here. Let me act as a Xanax and calm people's nerves down here. A diazepam maybe. We know that Disney initially put a $52 billion deal in place to buy Fox and those IP properties, right? A lot of the IP properties, Terminator, Aliens, and a ton of other things, on and on and on and on. In addition, with the Marvel IPs too, those superhero properties. And now recently we're hearing that Comcast put in a $31 billion bid to buy Sky, which is basically a European conglomerate, a European network that reaches out to a lot of the Union television audiences and things like that. This is something that Disney really wanted, from what I gather. because their main objective was to start their own streaming network. And if they can start their own streaming network, like a la Netflix, and they wanted to compete with Netflix and take all of their properties, all of their IPs off of Netflix and put it on their own streaming service. And then if you also have Sky that can reach all of these European audiences, it'll be just a bankroll, just a coup for you guys to have. And if anything happens and that breaks down, without us fanboys getting into the ins and outs of the legalities of what's going on with them, the legalese of all of that crap, just remember this, that if Fox sells those properties to Comcast, they can have everything, but they cannot have the Marvel IPs. They can't have the Marvel properties, because when they signed that deal initially, it was stipulated that if Fox ends up selling their companies, then those rights to Marvel automatically go back to Marvel. The same thing with Sony and Spider-Man. If they end up selling any of their properties, then those Marvel properties that you never really own slots back and goes back into the Marvel studio. So the best that Marvel can do, the Disney can do, is recoup their 52.4 billion cried because you lost all that other stuff that you wanted with Disney. But as far as us fan geeks who don't give a damn about all that other crap, all we care about is the X-Men, all we care about is the Fantastic Four and all of those properties, and Spider-Man, all those things, it's not going to affect us in one way or another. So it'll affect them as far as the other things that they're looking to do, but it won't affect the cinematic universe that we're only interested in. Because I really don't give a damn about the other stuff they want. All I care about is, these putting that superhero family back together. So there we go with that. So hopefully, if they sell, if we're not a part of it, it just automatically slots back to us. So hopefully that puts everybody's mind at ease. Now, if you want to go and cram your heads about what's going on as far as this IP and this IP and these properties, go right ahead. I don't give a damn about it. And I'm just letting you know that what will happen in the eventuality that they did sell and we weren't a part of it. The properties that we're interested in as comic book geeks, they're going to come back to us anyway, so let's not worry about that. Okay, as far as Infinity War, we know that it's going to open on 4/27. They opened it up a week early from May 4th until April the 27th. And the promoting is going on very big now. They've had multiple TV spots, all look great. They're hyping up Infinity War even more. After that first trailer, it was just I think that's when it set box office records as far as advanced ticket sales. And these guys have made a second trailer that made you want to see Infinity War even more. I mean, only Marvel can do something like that. I mean, forget about whetting your appetite. They have people psychotic. I mean, people are psychotic, need, tranquilizers and things, need, sedatives to keep them calm until it's going to start, because they're just losing it now. So, Marvel, kudos to you guys. You guys just have a way of just, making your fan base just go crazy. I mean, how do you hype up the Infinity War trailer after that first one even more? That second one was actually devastating. And to show you how spoiled you got your fans, is that me personally, I was a little down because I didn't see, a little upset because I didn't see the part where Thanos threw the moon. So, I mean, that's what I wanted to see, and I didn't get that. So now I'm a little mad, but I'm only teasing. You can't please everybody, I guess, right? So, the red carpet is scheduled for April the 23rd. It's going to be in LA, and I believe that's when they're going to actually lift the embargo. They've had an embargo where some people, select groups of people, have seen 30 minutes of the Infinity War right now, but they can't even speak about anything. They can't tell you if I liked it, if I didn't like it. All they can say were things like the way they shifted tones was very impressive, or it's very ambitious, or the way they're setting it up is it's really, really, just very grandiose. But that's not saying much. Ambitious, grandiose, great shifting of tones. But I would imagine that after it has the red carpet premiere on the 23rd, then you'll probably start hearing more about it. And that's when the embargo lifts. That's not when you can spoil it, but that's when you can say more things about it. So I mean, everything is going to Marvel. They are just dominating everything in the news. When you look at what's going on with John Boyega, when you look at what's going on as far as the anxiety they're causing with this Disney Fox deal, and hopefully I resolved a lot of that for some of you guys. When you look at what's going on as far as the Infinity War and how that's all coming along, it just looks like everything looks like so outstanding with Marvel, and I'm just so happy for what they're doing. In other news, with the Black Panther has crossed the. I looked at Box Office Mojo before I did this video, and Black Panther is at 1.299 as far as his box score, box office draw, and it's going to cross the 1.3 billion-dollar mark tonight, I'm sure, and that'll put it in the solid number 3 behind the original Avengers at 1.5 billion, and then the Avengers: Age of Ultron scored 1.4 billion. And now Black Panther will be there at 1.3 billion, followed by Iron Man 3 at 1.2, and also Captain America: Civil War at 1.1. And Black Panther's also just brutalized the domestic box office. The Avengers, the original, set the box office record, the highest grossing comic book movie ever at 623 million. The Black Panther, as of today, has 665 million as far as the domestic gross. I mean, and just shattering and splattering records. And the thing that makes it so bad is all of this is going to change with Infinity War. I mean, Infinity War has the highest advanced ticket sales of anything. It beat Black Panther's 24-hour record in like 6 or 8 hours. So Infinity War is going to probably do more money. I'm looking at Infinity War to do 2 billion, to push 2 billion. 1.8 is the least, I think I said in a previous video. But looking at it, the way it's going to be coming off. So yeah, it looks like Infinity War is going to be. If it doesn't do 2 billion, I wouldn't be surprised if it tops 2 billion. But if it doesn't, I look for it to push it. 1.75, 1.8. It's going to top Avengers, the original Avengers at 1.5. Is going to top Age of Ultron at 1.4. And the thing is, people are talking about, okay, they're going to have such a late premiere. Is it a little shaky? Is it going to be a bad movie? Listen, one thing we know as Marvel fans, we don't make bad movies. Everything might not be as good as good. But they do not make bad movies. Only DC fans, you worry about if your movie going to stink. Because as far as the Marvel, their pedigree is such is to a point where they have total confidence. Their fans have total confidence in their properties. And you know that they are not going to be good. So if they're having this late embargo release, it's because they don't want it spoiled to the whole world. They don't want China to see it first. And all of a sudden, information starts filtering down to here. Or it opens in Europe a week and a half or so before us, and then information start filtering to us. So this is the only reason I could see them having that tight window, and when they're going to lift that embargo is because of that. Not even remotely because they think this movie is not going to be good. I believe they just don't want it spoiled. They don't want it to get spoiled like that. And so, nice seeing everybody again. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in to The Expanse. I hope you like the contents that you've heard. If you do, I wish you would hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, and share these videos. I enjoy doing this for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy hearing my take on a lot of things. And as far as Marvel news and other things, I'm going to be broadening. I keep saying that, but I'm going to be broadening my channel soon. And thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope that you appreciated what you heard today. So once again, this is T. This was The Expanse. Take care. Peace out. And I'll see you guys soon, God willing.